What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelvin Sowa and I'm on a mission to helping new developers understand how to build cross-platform mobile applications with React Native. In our previous episode, we were able to finish building out the profile screen. So on our movie app, we were done building out the profile screen where we added this header with the profile text and the cog icon and also this image of the profile user and then the name and then the email address. And we simply reused components that we've already created in previous episodes. Now, in today's video, we are going to be finishing up with the movies tab. As you can see, this tab, we haven't really done anything here. This movies tab and also the TV series tab. We are going to be completing them in today's episode. We are going to see how we can use our components that we've already built, reuse them, and best practices in building out components like this or screens like this. So this is the screen that we'll be building out. Basically, we have the title over here and then the icon, the search icon over here. We have these categories, components over here, and filter icon here that we'll be adding. And we are simply reusing the movie card components that we've created as well. So basically, this is the screen we'll be building in today's episode. Pretty straightforward. We're going to get right into it. All right, so if this sounds interesting, do also hit the like button. And if you are new here, hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. This really helps a lot and it helps the YouTube algorithm work in our favor and makes this video available for a wider audience. All right, so without wasting much time, let's jump right into it. Okay, so now let's first of all head to our layout for the tabs, right? So in our navigations over here, this inside our tabs, let's open the layout. So we're going to set some options, right? So we're going to set some options for the movies tab. Okay, so this is the movies tab, right? So currently we are saying that for the movies tab, the header shown should be false. Let's clear this out because we want the header to show. Okay, now we should see it here, movies. All right, good. Now the next thing that we want to do is to add in a header style like so. And for this header style, you're simply going to say that the background color should be our colors dot background like so. Okay, let's reload our development server, come back to the movies. So now you can see the background. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is say we want to clear the default header title, right? So I'm going to say that the header title is simply going to be an empty string. All right, so let's come back here and let me comment it out so that you see the changes as they happen. Okay, so this is the default header title. Simply adding this empty string here to clear it out. And then let's add the background color here as well. So we have applied the background color as well. I'm going to add a header right component. A header right component over here. And simply going to be returning the search component that we created in. So it is the right, this component. This is what we are going to be using, the right icon. Yeah, that's what we're going to be using. So we are simply going to be returning this right icon. Okay, that's simply all we have to do since we've already created it as a component that we can reuse. So that's it over here, the right icon component. We created this component in the previous video and we are using it over here as well. All right, so for the header left, for this particular tab, we're going to say that the header left is simply going to be a text like so. And this text is simply going to say movies like so. And the styling, we've already created a style. We're going to reuse it. We're going to say styles dot title. Okay, So that's what we created in a previous video, this title style, giving it this color, the color.text margin left of 14, font weight of 16, and then a font size of 24. That's the title styling that we are applying here. Okay, so as you can see, we can now have the movie title and then the search icon. Now we'll be doing a similar thing with the TV series tab as well. So we are simply going to copy some of the options that we've just applied over here. So let me go ahead and then copy it. And then for the series, we are going to clear the header shown false and then paste in these options. All right. So when you come here to the TV series, as you can see, since we copied it, we're now having the same thing. So we are simply going to change the title for the series to TV series, like so. Okay, it's for the TV series. So we have the TV series. Come here, we have the movies. All right. So at this point, we can now go ahead and then start building out the screen. Start building out the screen for the movies tab. Okay. So right now, it is very blank. Let's start adding in some items and styling to make it usable and then look exactly like how we want it to. Okay. All right. So first of all, as usual, I'm going to be adding in the style. For the container, I'm going to say styles.container like so. Okay. Let's go ahead and then add in our container style. So for this container style, I'm going to say flex1. And in the background color, it's going to be colors.background. Make sure the colors is being imported from constant colors. The utility, constants that we created. All right, so as you can see, this is how the movie screen is now looking like. Very blank and very, very dark, like how we want it to, if you put it. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is this categories tab, right? So this is actually scrollable, it's horizontally scrollable, and this filter is it stays fixed on its position. So that's what we're going to be doing it. Create this component and then we make it horizontally scrollable. So that's what we'll be doing. Okay. All right. So let's first of all create the component. Okay. So it's going to be a filter item. So let's say filter item like so. We haven't created it yet. We can go ahead and create it now over here. So we say const filter item is equal to this, and then we return this JSS component. Okay, so it's going to be a touchable opacity. Make sure I'm importing it from React Native and close it out. Now this touchable opacity, you are going to give it an active opacity of 0.8 and the style of styles dot category wrapper like so. So for this category wrapper, I'm going to paste in the styles and then I'll explain. Okay, let's come back over here. Paste in the styles over here. Now this is what we are having for the category wrapper, right? Now let's explain. So we are saying that for this category wrapper, the border should have a width of 1 pixel. The border color should be color gray from our colors. And the padding within it should be 8 pixels. We're giving it a border radius of 18. A flex direction of row just to make sure that the items are next to each other. Align items should be centered. Justify content space between should create a spacing between the items inside. We have the margin right of 14. Okay, so that's the styling that we are applying over here. Now let's start adding the content. So first of all, let's add a text And this text is simply going to hold the title of the category. So I'm going to say category like this, right? Category. And we are going to add in an icon. So you see we have this chevron icon over here. We're going to add it in here and see we'll be importing it from NTPO, if that's how we can pronounce it, NTPO icons, from vector icons. And the name is going to be chevron small dash down, like so. And the size is going to be 20. The color is going to be colors.text, like our text color. Okay, come back in here. As you can see, that's what we have here. And for the title, we are going to give it a style. And this style is going to be inline style. So I'm going to give it a color of colors.text so that we can see the text. And we are giving it a margin, right, of 6 pixels, a font size of 12, like so. Okay. All right, so that's basically it. So since we are going to be reusing this filter component, we need to make this title reusable, and we should be able to be passing in props, right? So let's pass in the props for title and say string, okay? And pass in the title over here like so. So when we come here, we pass in the title of category, like so. All right, so like I was saying earlier, this section is going to be horizontally scrollable. So let's go ahead and then add the scroll view. Okay, so I'm going to say scroll view, and this scroll view is going to be horizontal. Show horizontal scroll indicator should be false. We don't want to show the indicator. All right, then over here we can now move this within the scroll view, and we can make copies, 3 copies. The next one is region, and then release here. Okay, so we're going to say region. This is what it's looking now. We're going to say region, and then this is going to be release year, like so. All right, so now since these items are scrolling horizontally and this is fixed, we need to wrap them in a view so that we can pass that in it. Okay, so let's add in a view over here. And that would also fix this issue that you are seeing here. Pass the view in here. As you can see, just like that, it's now in position. Okay, so for this view, it needs to also be next to each other. So the scroll view will be there, and then this component would also be there. So we need to make sure that they are horizontally next to each other. Okay, so we're going to pass in some styling over here inside the view, and we're going to say flex direction should be row, and align items center, and let's give it a margin vertical of 20, like so. So basically this is what we have now. You can see how smooth this is. Okay, so now outside of this scroll view, we can now add in our filter icon. Okay, so it's going to be inside a touchable opacity, like so. And the active opacity is going to be 0.8. Give it a style of padding of 10, like so. Now we're going to pass in the filter icon, and this filter icon is going to be coming in from material community icons. Let me just paste it in here so that I don't have to type everything. And then we import it from Expo vector icons, and the name is going to be filter dash outline like so. And let's pass in a size. Okay. Let's pass in the size. So first of all, let me add in the color so that it's more visible. The color is going to be colors.text. Now you can pass in the size. The size is going to be 24. So as you can see, we now have the filter icon next to it. So when you scroll, you can see it's now moving below the filter, right? It is moving below the filter because we've placed this filter icon outside of the scroll view, okay? And it's within this view wrapper here that we are seeing here. All right. Now the next bit is very simple. We are simply going to be using a flat list, right? We're going to be using a flat list. And for this flat list, the data that is going to be rendering is, as you already know, is going to be the movies from our mock data. And then we are going to render out, we're going to render the item. So we pass in the item here like so. Make sure you pass the arrow function. And you're going to be using what? The movie card. Let's make sure I'm importing it. And let's pass in the properties. So the genre is going to be item.genre. Title is going to be item.title. What next? The image is going to be item.image, like so. Okay. So that is that. Come here. So you can see we now have the items here. But we want it to be displayed in this grid manner, right? You can see it's in a grid with 3 columns. A grid with 3 columns, right? So that's what we want to do. So it's simply to do this with a flat list that we're using is very simple. You're simply going to say num columns, which is number of columns, and then you pass in 3 to make sure that the columns are 3. Okay. Let's come back here and make sure everything is working fine. Good. So as you can see, we have the items in here. And the images, the movie cards are showing in this grid manner. Now you see how clean it is to be using this React Native flat list. Very simple and very clean. And just like that, we are done with the movies screen. Just pass in the header filters and then this component here as well. Okay, so we'll be using this filter component in the TV series. So let's extract it outside this file. Let's extract it outside this file and then bring it inside our components folder, create a new file, and call it filter item.tsx, like so. Made the mistake in the naming. Let's see, let's simply paste it out here like so. All right, now import this. Let me just say RNFES and paste this. All right, then we can import this, import the colors from constant colors, and then import the NT pool from Expo vector icons. The only thing left is to add this category wrapper style inside our styles sheet. So come in here and then make sure you're copying that. So copy this, in fact, cut everything over there. And then inside here, paste it over here like this. All right. So now you can come over here and then import the filter items from the components. Good, because we'll be reusing them inside the TV series screen. So when you come